Once upon a time, there was a 14-year-old boy who discovered his first aerogas. He was way too young for those games, but he didn't care. One of these was the beautiful Nocturnal Illusion, a visual novel. The other was True Love, a dating sim. Now, there are a few differences between the two. More often than not, dating sims are not as focused on plot and narration, they're more proactive than visual novels, since it makes the user actually do things to raise money, hit stats, get objects and meet new girls. I haven't played a dating sim in a few years, but when I bought HuniePop, deja vu, all the memories coming back of spending hours on dating sims. And yet this kickstarted game is similar but wonderfully different too from past dating sims. They're usually based around endless repetitions of certain tasks, to raise your stats, get money to bring the girls on dates or buy gifts, and to gather information. They usually reward you with funny scenes when you go on dates. Some also make dates like some kind of final test. They will ask you questions to see if you remember the information acquired. Answer correctly, the date goes well, and you're one step closer to that sweet sex scene. HuniePop does away with all that. In part, now the questions happen during your normal conversations. Answers give you points that you can use to increase your stats. During the dates, instead, the core part of the game happens. There are no questions, no memory games, there is just a bejeweled, inspired puzzle game that gets harder with each successful date. And since you need 4 dates for a girl to sleep with them, endgame becomes really hard. You'll need some solid luck, even with all your stats maxed. Each date will also reward you with money and sometimes new clothes for the girl to wear. Rinse and repeat. Spend your money and honey points wisely and you shall succeed. All accompanied by great design and voice acting. In one word, HuniePop is fun! I wish more developers remember this. Fun! Before being cinematic or having high graphics, a game should be fun to play. HuniePop manages that. His puzzle mechanics are challenging, addictive, and surprisingly deep. The different collectible items allow you to create different strategies. Its abrasive Western-styled writing is fun and entertaining too, mixing realism with parody in one fine blend. I mean, while I'm sure they don't talk exactly like Audrey, we have all known at least one person like that in our life, haven't we? Sadly, this same writing and the fact that the objective of the game is to match jewels for sex caught it flack from some people. They called it misogynistic, offensive, etc., which doesn't really make any sense if only because 80% of the developing team is made up of women. Women who include some major voice actors, so yeah, just putting it out there. Now for the defects. Yes, even a fun game like this has some. One is that while it seems to start out with a plot of some kind, it never goes anywhere. You start as a guy or girl who has the worst social skills ever, who then meets the fairy Q and turns his or her life around. The story continues, has a major development, and then stops cold. There is no ending to speak of. And while I love the puzzle game mechanic, it can kind of be a chore to make it happen, especially after you meet all the girls. You can only go on certain dates if you ask the girls in certain locations at certain times of the day. And to get to what I call rush mode, you need to successfully complete another date and you have to do it at night. I feel that the game would benefit from a way to go on specific dates with specific girls without having to go into story mode, provided you already unlock them there. A simple challenge mode, you know? Also maybe an online versus. I find that this would increase the longevity of the game. I read that the developers plan to update HuniePop, giving people more stuff to do after endgame, maybe some kind of ending. I say kudos, and this is just my opinion, but I dare say that this may be a perfect game if they fix those few issues I talked about. But even like this, it's currently available for $9.99 on Steam, censored, or mangagamer.com uncensored. If you like puzzle games and or dating sims, this is a must buy! For everyone else, if you want hours of fun, you don't mind some nudity and humor, and a constant reminder that girls can be attractive and sexual, buy this game. If flesh and sexuality offend you to the point that you try to take this game off Steam, go back to Tumblr, we won't miss you. So what do you think of HuniePop, guys? Let me know in the comments or one of my social media accounts. Don't forget to like, share this video and subscribe if you still haven't. My name is Menoskain and I'll see you in the next Dream Review.